right. Sorry that took so long. You said you're looking for a new car today? Yeah, I'm looking for the latest in power miner technology. Ah, power miner vehicle. Well, we have a lot on this property. What do you have in mind? Something big and durable, or maybe something that's just fast, gets the job done? What are you thinking? Actually, I came in looking for a Granite Grinder. I heard you had some on the lot. Yeah, I've actually got a few models here, like this one right over here. Not brand new, it's been used, but boy, if it still doesn't work like it's brand new. It's a great model. No, that's not exactly what I was thinking about. I was considering something more like that. Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have that old model. That one came out a while ago. Are you sure that's the one that you want? Yeah, man, it's the Granite Grinder. Well, yes, but it's not the modern Granite Grinder, you know? Hey, it's your choice. Yeah, why are there two vehicles with the same name, Granite Grinder? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it's because it's a reboot.
Breaking news! A new episode of Let's Be Frank starting now!
Hello all! Boy, you guys sure do love my Lego Power Miners, don't ya? It must just hit that perfect nostalgia wave. And I couldn't be happier about that. I could be a little happier about the fact that this chair squeaks more than I thought it would. But that's fine, you probably won't even notice. So, Lego Power Miners, they're awesome. You know that they can combine and to create even bigger and better sets. But did you guys know that the Lego Power Miners were not Lego's first mining themed Legos? The Lego Rock Raiders actually were. And the Power Miners are a reboot of sorts from the Rock Raiders. There are still a lot of differences though. For example, the Rock Raiders, well, they take place in space. Yeah, they're going on different planets to do all these mining, and that's where they find these same power crystals, encounter much different looking rock monsters, and their machines, although some have similar names, they look completely different. The designs are very different. So these guys, like the Lego Power Miners, had very short runs. They released onto the shelves in 1999, and they probably stopped being made in 2000. What are you gonna do, you know? Lego sets weren't the only things made of the Rock Raiders, though. The Rock Raiders actually got a video game and a couple of books, which I find interesting. The Power Miners got like a couple of those Lego comic books, but nothing extreme, nothing like a video game or a novel, you know? That's cool. That's novel stuff. Yes! But you guys are here to see the sets. I know that. So we're going to take a look at them right now. There are 8 main sets we're going to look at. We're going to go in order of release. So the first ones we look at are probably going to be some of the smaller ones, but I guarantee you, there's some pretty good ones in there. And there's some sets that I wish the Power Miners remade, just because it makes sense. But we'll get into that later. Let's go ahead and look at the first set of the video. So first up, we're going to be talking about 4 promotional little tiny sets that were released before the 8, regular normal boxed sets. The first promotional was the Light Hover. As you can see, very, very tiny, nothing extraordinary here. Just, something to kind of wet the whistle for these underground space miners. Following that, we had the Chain Dozer. Again, something small. Those little saws in the front crush up the rocks and stuff. We aren't getting to the big boys yet. Third up is the Heli Transporter. Man, the Power Miners vehicles can never fly. That's all I'm gonna say. I guess some of the ones you combine together could, but we already have a couple flyers, and these are just promotional sets. And the final of the 4 promotionals is the Drill Craft. Very cool. When I was a kid, I would have enjoyed all these little guys, even if they are very, very small. Still would have been help build the world, you know? But we're done with the promotionals. We're going to get to the bigger and better stuff, the real stuff you guys came for. So let's go ahead and look at those now. First up, we have the Rapid Rider. And we get to see the crystal in this one. In my opinion, pretty cool, like the round rock. You get to crack it open, the crystal comes out. It's like a precursor to the little mini rock monsters. But the vehicle itself is pretty cool. It's like a snowmobile type design, probably glides right over the rocks. I like it. It's simple, but it reminds me a lot of the other simpler Power Miners vehicles. Like this one that I put on the screen and forget the name of. So the next set we're talking about is the Rock Raiders crew. Now, this one is admittedly very simple. There's hardly anything here except for minifigures. What is neat about this though is that it gives you the opportunity to collect all the minifigures straight out, you know? Sometimes in the Power Miner sets they reuse some of the faces and whatnot, or like resold the specific Power Miners in different sets. But this time, if you wanted each individual Power Miner without maybe buying each and every set, you had the opportunity to get them. And I think that's pretty cool. Alright, here we are. The Granite Grinder. Look at this beauty. Looks a lot different than the Power Miner's Granite Grinder, doesn't it? That chrome drill is just beautiful. I really like this set. It reminds me of the Power Miner mech suit that they have for one of their sets. But it's got this giant chrome drill on the front. It looks great, and honestly, if I were to have any Rock Raider set, this would probably be, well, the second one I'd want to have the most. The first is yet to come. Growing up, I loved construction trucks, so if I had seen the Loader Dozer set, I would have wanted it immediately. Too bad it wasn't around long enough for my one-year-old brain to realize I wanted it, but whatever. I digress. Although it has a simple design, I think it's super cool, and we get our first look at a rock monster. Good lord, they looked a lot different though. It looks more like a pile of mud, or maybe like the Batman villain Clayface. He's just kind of like a pile. Unlike the refined rock monsters we get in the LEGO Power Miner series, which look a lot better. Although the rock monsters look so much better in the Power Miners though, it is cool to see the older version in the Rock Raiders. Up next is the Chrome Crusher, another big beautiful chrome drill on this guy. And honestly, these sets, they're all very cool looking. They're not all as unique as the ones in the Power Miner sets are, but I do think that they all look really good cohesively. Like the entire Rock Raiders set together, it looks like all of these machines were built side by side next to each other at the same time. The design here is great, and honestly, this guy is probably one of the best. Now this here is something I really wish the Power Miners did as well. They unfortunately did not, but the tunnel transport, I am so jealous. I want the tunnel transport so bad. Just the idea of a flying machine that's supposed to be mining underground, it's such a cool concept in my opinion. You know, it's weird because it's got these propellers on it, but they're supposed to be in space, but they're technically on a planet, but they're also underground, so it's nothing's really making sense here, but I love this regardless. All the brown like steel, I imagine, cages at the front of these things that the Power Miners sit in, it looks so good on every set. It looks vintage, it looks classic. Very good set right here. This right here is the one that I want the most. And that is the Rock Raiders HQ. Gosh, why couldn't the Power Miners have made themselves an HQ? I've seen like fan-made Power Miners HQs like on the internet and stuff, but here it is, a Rock Raiders headquarters that we could have had for the Power Miners all this time. How disappointing, right? But technically, the Power Miners do have that, like, I think they call it lava traz. That's kind of like an on-the-ground building type set, but this just goes above and beyond. I think the Rock Raiders HQ is so nice, and I would honestly pay a lot of money to have it, but not as much money as they're asking for on eBay. And so that's the last set. There were a couple of other things, like I mentioned before, video games, books. They released some like minifigures packs or like 4 sets or something, but nothing else that's super unique or worth talking about. What do you guys think? I would have loved to have collected these sets back in the day, but unfortunately, I was just too young. That's why I'm glad the Power Miners existed, though. I'm able to have almost all the Power Miners, so in a way, it makes up for it. But if you like this video, please make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you have not already. Please subscribe. More of you who watch are not subscribed and are subscribed, so please do me a favor and just hit the subscribe button. It won't hurt you. Follow my Instagram and Facebook at Let's Be Frank 2020, and follow my TikTok at Let's Be Frank TikTok. I love making Lego videos, guys, but there's no more I can really talk about the Power Miners, you know? These videos have done so well, and I think I've milked that cow as far as you'll go. So my question for you guys now is, do you guys want to see more Lego content? Because another set I would love to talk about are the Indiana Jones Lego sets. I technically have so many Indiana Jones Lego sets, but unfortunately, and I almost don't even want to say it because it's like a huge sin, but child me took apart all the sets and recombined them to make a bunch of my own unique random builds that I don't even have anymore. So unfortunately, all those sets have been destroyed, taken apart. Some pieces are lost here and there, but honestly, it would be a great trip down memory lane to go through all the Indiana Jones Lego sets. So if you want to see that, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next video. With all that being said, thanks for watching. Until next time!